What's up, everybody? It's J Mac, and welcome to Bigfoot Input. We're gonna do another rewind episode. We're gonna go all the way back to episode number 4, and let's see what there is to see in this new format. So, if my memory serves me right, this is a picture that was posted by Rick McKenzie. Rick McKenzie is a friend of the channel. I think it's fair to call him a researcher. He's out there in nature, in the field, doing his thing. He's also very observant when it comes to video, picture evidence. But so what's interesting to me about this picture, and again, I talk about this all the time, is there's a lot of pareidolia going on here. If anyone is not familiar with the term pareidolia, it's basically a leftover Neanderthal trait that we have in our brains that makes it easy for us to spot faces that are hidden in the bush to avoid ambush. So, it's basically our brain tries to make sense of things. It's why we see, Jesus on toast, or we look in the bush and we see what looks like a face. And there's a couple examples right here, eye there, eye, nose, cheeks, mouth, roundish looking head. You have to be careful of examples of pareidolia like this right here. It almost looks like a little dog face or something. They're everywhere, and that's what happens when pictures get pixelated. And pixelation is not really something that we can necessarily avoid. It happens, but that doesn't make this picture any less impressive. So if we look right here, you're gonna see this huge black mass, which I believe is a sort of conical head, and then eyebrow ridge there, cranial ridge, and the nose. Very clear shot of the nose, eyes, and the mouth, and the cheekbone right there. And then the rest of it is hidden behind the sort of white foliage. But then it comes back down here. I believe this is torso. This is some sort of body. So it's a cool picture. It's obviously a creature, but as I say, just be careful for other types of faces that pop up in these pictures. That's what we're trying to separate here. So thank you, Rick. That's a great picture. What else we got here? I still have not figured out who posted this picture. I don't know if it's Dotson, if it's Swan Lake. I'm not sure. So I've never actually came to a determination, but it's obviously a primate type face that's hidden back here by, in these leaves. And just a very obvious set of eyes with a pronounced nose and a muzzle. Kind of looks like it sits out a little more, whereas the strictly human would be more flush. Looks like it protrudes a little bit, right? Maybe some type of Gugway creature, or at least a variant of a Sasquatch, but I think that's obviously a Sasquatch. Here's this picture. This picture still is I don't know, it's very eluding, but so let's just go over it. So you got the conical shaped head, obviously, although it's very sharp. It's a very sharp tip. But yeah, so conical shaped head. We've got obvious shoulder blade muscles. I'm not sure what these muscles are referred to, but that checks out. And then you've got the hair that continues down the back. The arms. It even looks like there's maybe a break in the leg here. It's hard to tell exactly, but it looks like the torso comes down, and then you've got the legs, which go, as far as your imagination wants. I don't know, but it just makes sense judging on the height of the torso. The legs probably end around here somewhere. The only thing that gets me, and again, I've said this before, this is not a deal breaker for me, but the arms are really short, or at least the arm that we can see. Um, Looks like it would be just below the waist, whereas most people report them being lower thigh, just above the knee, or even to the knee. So again, I that's not a deal breaker for me. I don't use that as criteria to prove that it's fake, but just a point to note. That's all. No. Speaking of pareidolia, look at this guy. See the eyes, the nose, open mouth, beard. This is probably some sort of, I don't even know what that is. It's part of this like root tree system here, but it looks like a face. So sorry, I had to point that out. But I think this creature is real, and I have no idea who posted this picture. No credits. All right, just right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that I don't feel that this is real. And the reason is that I've seen this same suit, I'm going to say, in at least 3 different pictures. And in fact, make sure there's not one in here. There is. Right there. It's the same suit. And this picture, I think I said the first time, I don't know what this picture is, but I feel like this is a suit. I don't know why. There's like a shopping cart or something, or maybe a generator or something in the picture. That's really neither here nor there, but it's just something to note. But there's no facial features here. It looks like almost like this is like sort of a beard, like part of this mask, and it just comes up over the face. There's nothing about it that looks real to me. So go back and look at this picture, and I just feel like that's the same suit. It could be a different suit, but either way, I don't think it's real. I think it's a suit. Because it doesn't even look at the legs. It just doesn't look smooth. You know, it doesn't look like there's no anatomy there. There's no muscle definition. So I don't think it's real. Um, this same guy, now that I see it, this same guy I think was in a set of pictures a while back, and it was had the guy's email on the picture and stuff, and the guy was pointing out all of the anatomy. But you can see it looks like you got some pectoral muscles here with nipples. Sort of a, not necessarily a clear chest and stomach, but definitely like a lesser amount of fur, which is kind of something I would expect, you know, like again, not a deal breaker for me, but I would kind of expect that. And if you look at the face, you know, obviously you got the lips there. I don't know if we can't zoom in any further without it getting crazy, but you get the lips here, the eyes there. And now here's where it gets weird. You've got like a pointed ear here. See how it kind of goes out and it stops and then it curves back around. So it's almost pointed like I don't know, like a troll or something like that. And then you've got what could be perceived as like a pointy nose. So I mean, I'm at a loss with that picture. I really don't know. I'll tell you what, having listened to many episodes of my Bigfoot sighting now, these people are telling these stories out there in the world that are just amazing stories, fantastic stories. And there's so many different types of creature that they're reporting. It's just never, I mean, there is sort of a typical kind, but there's also just many variances. All right. So what we've got here is you've got either this creature is looking down to the point where you can't see any facial features, or there just aren't any. It has these large protruding ears. Um, Hands. I mean, everything else checks out, right? And there's even what I would call genitalia here. But I think I determined in the last picture, and I think I'm gonna have to stick with that. I feel that this is art. Look at the water. Like, even if he was rippling it with his fingers, it just, I don't know, something doesn't sit well with me. And I feel like it's an artist depiction. All right. We'll go over this one again quickly because I don't want to harp on this picture, but I determined a while back that this picture was not real. Despite, the character that took the picture, it was some park ranger from Texas or something like that. But there is also a side view of this same creature, which I have shown in another video numerous times. And I think I actually made a whole video just about it. But there's no, in my personal opinion, there's no way that you can have this creature looking up at you and you get a shot of it and then have a shot from the side. Not if you're by yourself. If you have a partner and you both just happen to have cameras, okay, I guess. But I mean, he ventured to get really close to this creature and then to take the picture, but then his buddy took a picture from the side. So it hurt my feelings a little bit to have to say it, and it still does, but I think it's fake. That one picture from the side, to me, proves that it's not real. So I've had people argue that, but yeah, hey, go for it. This picture has been argued so many times. People still tend to think that this is a leg, this is a rump, and that this is a bear head. Like the bear's like sort of plopping itself face first into the grass. Now, I'm not going to say that it never happens, because first of all, I'm not an expert on bears, but not an expert on anything, I don't think. But I don't recall ever seeing bears play like that, like puppies would. Like bears are playful. They swat at each other and they run around and run up trees and stuff, but to actually do the whole ground rolling thing face first, I'm not going to say it's never happened before, but it just doesn't seem common, and for someone to snap a picture of it at that moment, to me, just seems unreasonable. Especially when you have a perfectly reasonable explanation that this is a very large muscular forearm, which comes up to a shoulder, which then leads to a conical head, and has another arm here going down to the ground. And this is a knee and leg. This creature is sitting looking wherever over here, and someone managed to sneak a shot of it from behind. So that's what I feel. I mean, I feel it's a picture of Bigfoot, and it's a good one too. This picture. So this picture went around for a while. It's sort of a textbook Bigfoot. I mean, the picture quality is terrible, but it was being boasted as a real picture, like a trail cam and this and that. Well, so what it actually is this. Someone's cropped and zoomed in on this really, really close and then messed around with the color a little bit and kind of tried to pass it off as a real thing, but it's not. See how they kind of changed They did a different contrast on it. You know, they lowered the saturation and changed the color. So, but that's fake. Speaking of fake, I don't know what's going on here. We've got a pretty clear shot of the face, which there's nothing special to tell there. I mean, cranial ridge, nose, lips, you know, the whole thing you would expect. Kind of a conical shaped head, not not really steep, but still there. But what is going on with the legs? I mean, it looks like this guy missed leg day at the gym. The body is like real kind of buff, but then you get down to the legs and it's just like it's a stick. There's nothing there. But I think what gets me the most is probably this right here. I'm gonna say that's a shoe. And the way the fur is all messed up like this, I'm thinking ghillie suit with a mask. And he's wearing shoes. So, also, I've never really noticed this before, but I don't know what's going on here. I can't tell if it's something man-made or if it's like, can't tell. Anyway, don't think that's real. This is one from the Westerman group, Kathy Westerman, aimed to frame Bigfoot World, out in the Ocala National Forest, filming everything from Bigfoot to forest creatures to some sort of spiritual activity. So you know, anything goes out there. It's crazy stuff that's coming back, and I love it. But this, to me, this doesn't look like a Bigfoot. It looks like, imagine a Seminole Native American chief of some kind, right? Like it has that same, shape of the face. And they didn't film this on purpose. They didn't know that it was there until after the film came back. You know, that sort of thing, which happens often. But a very cool catch nonetheless. And in fact, look, you can almost see his hair, like the black hair coming down and cascading around the face. So, I don't know. Very cool shot there. Speaking of cool shots, here's one. And I think, yeah, I'll just zoom in right there. So, I mean, what else is there to say? You know, cinnamon red, perfect shot of the face, which is mainly hairless except for the beard and mustache. It's a great picture of this creature. And I just don't know what else to say. I wish I knew who, if anybody can add a name to this picture. Does anyone know who took this picture? Any backstory on it? I have nothing. This is just one of those pictures that exists on the internet, like that, the one a couple, pictures back that, people call it bear. No one knows who took that picture. Why? Like a lot of these people don't want to be associated with the picture that they took. They're afraid of, government involvement. They're afraid of being ridiculed by their friends and family. It's ridiculous. The mentality is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, great picture. It's real. I am so sick of seeing this picture. I don't think I was sick of seeing it when I originally posted this, because this was like episode 4. But since then, this picture has blown up. And now it is every corner you turn, this picture is up with a different headline, like a different caption on it. And usually the caption reads, taken from a tree-mounted camera in, so-and-so California, Yosemite, California, whatever. It's complete BS. This is Oliver the chimp. I believe he died in like 1979, maybe. He was a chimp. There's other pictures of him on the internet. He was a chimp that had oddly looking human features. They said he was just a little more a little more human than other chimps. That's all. Like his DNA was just a little different, and he had human features, so or human-esque features. So, but he's a chimpanzee. This picture's been making its way back around on the internet too. I'll tell you the only thing, I mean, what are you supposed to say to a picture like this? It's like, okay, there's no conical shaped head, although that's not a differentiator for me. I've heard so many accounts of what is essentially a Bigfoot, but with a round head, and I've seen pictures of them with a round head. So a conical shaped head just doesn't, it's neither here nor there. So yeah, so no conical shaped head. Doesn't really have a deep cranial ridge, but whatever. It looks more like human than ape. But what's going on right here? Straight edges always bother me. It almost looks like this is a guy wearing a trench coat. So I can almost see, you can almost maybe use your imagination and see some wrinkles right here where the trench coat would come together and button up. And then, of course, you got a solid here. There's no leg break, but there is a perfectly well, it's straight, but it's at an angle line right there. So I think this picture is BS. I think it's a guy in a trench coat. It took me a minute to figure out what I was looking at here. Again, I don't know where this picture came from, but it's cool. It's got a face there. I mean, that's a Bigfoot. It's a cinnamon red looking Bigfoot. Has a different face than the other one, but same coloration. I almost want to say, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I can't tell if this is part of the tree, like obscuring the face, or if this is part of the face. I think it's part of the face. But either way, so that's a neat picture. I think that looks legit to me. I think we've all seen this one by now. I zoomed in on this one really, really hardcore, and really all that ends up happening is you just get a little black blob like right in the middle there of the screen. So we'll keep it at a reasonable level. But here's the thing. So it could be a Bigfoot, but there's really no reason to think that it is. I mean, I get that it's all in black. That's weird. But it almost looks like it's carrying something. Like what is that? I mean, it could be, yeah, it could be a log, or it could be, I mean, Bigfoot probably has a reason to carry stuff sometimes, I don't know, but I just don't have a reason to say yay or nay on that one. I don't know. I think there's a video of that one. This picture again. My old nemesis. I don't like this picture. I said that last time. I don't know what this big metal pole here is. It's in the way. All right. I wish I could get a better perspective on this picture. So what I originally thought looked like, see this right here, which comes to this. It looks like a mask of some kind, like a clown mask or a Jason mask, but it has a nose. So now I'm wondering if this isn't part of the tree bark for this tree, because this and this are very similar in color. But that still leaves this whole thing to contend with. And you've got like these creases in the arms here. Oh god, this picture still just bugs the hell out of me. I have no idea what's going on here. It looks like you got a hand there and there. I wish, and there's like no legs. Like, I mean, if there are, they're short. I wish I could provide a better answer for you, but I really just can't. I hate this picture. I think last time I determined that it was some sort of scarecrow, like Halloween type of thing, like a decoration. I don't. I'm not. That's not cement for me. I have no better answer. So what I don't think it is, that I don't think it's a Bigfoot. I don't think it's a legitimate Bigfoot. I don't know what the hell it is. My brain just can't wrap around what I'm looking at. It's as cool as the herd of buffalo, and I guess the mist is coming off them. They had just crossed a river, and their body heat is like causing the water to vapor. So it's very cool. And I'm gonna, yeah, it's in Yellowstone, which I figured. So let's look over this way, right here. All right. So this picture exists on the Yellowstone like site without this ridiculous looking photoshopped Bigfoot. It even has that like sort of like, I don't know, trademark like gait with the arms being like completely opposite of each other and like just oddly pronounced behind it. It's stupid. It's obviously fake. Come on, guys. We can do better than this. All right. I think we're on the last one now. I like this picture. I always have. I think it's just completely legitimate. I don't see any reason to think that it isn't. Here's the sort of more round head that we're talking about, less conical, but everything else just fits the bill. I like it. I think they had some different variations of it, like different saturations and stuff, and you can kind of get a better look at the mustache and beard there. It does have some little like pokey ears that are coming out though, which is unusual, but still, I think it's a very cool picture. I like it very much. Excellent. Well, we blew right through those real quick. I just want to thank our members, Nick Matthews, C. Richardson, and Adventure Monty, our first member. Thank you guys for supporting the channel and helping us out. And if you guys are interested in joining, it's very simple how to do it. Go to our main page, click join, and click join again. You will be privy to some extra content and various perks to being a member, but mainly it helps us out. It helps us keep creating this free content. So we appreciate all the help we can get. Plus, of course, we have our Patreon group. Robin the Van, Scott Loomis, Kimberly, Adventure Monty is also in our Patreon. Ivan, William Doucette, thank you, sir, and then of course War Bandit Ryan, Bob. There's you name it. There's a few guys over there. So basically, we like to post a little extra content for those guys, which is content that is restricted here on YouTube. What'll happen is if I post these videos on YouTube, some Karen-esque type person will report me for putting up pictures of corpses, and then I'll end up getting in trouble with YouTube, and it's just a whole thing. So we have to keep those under wraps. So the people that are members, send me your email address along, with your membership, and I will send you the link for those videos, and more of that to come. So appreciate you guys. All right, guys. That is it for me. All right. And I appreciate you guys for listening. And this is J Mac, and I'm out.